Hi there, Libra. Welcome to your Runescope for September 2014 with me. My name is Amanda. Just want to remind you to also check out the video for your rising sign as well if you know it, because that can give you some more information of what may be going on for you in the month of September. Of course, the only way to get a reading for yourself and only for you instead of the other thousands of Libras who may be watching this is to schedule one with me. I do those on Skype and it's $65 for a half an hour session. Just drop me a line at the email address floating around in this video somewhere. I'm not sure where I'll put it. It's also located in the details below the video if you want to drop me a line. It can sometimes take me a few days to get back to you, just a heads up, but I will get back to you. It just depends on how many people are ahead of you. I just go right down the line. First come, first serve. Last month I used the rune stones instead of the rune cards. That was really the only difference. I've never used tarot cards except in the yearly overview. So the only difference was their stones and that I cast them instead of laying them out. So I asked people what they preferred, and the overwhelming response was for the stones. So I'm gonna stick with those. People seem to dig those, at least most of the people do. But for those of you who prefer cards, I am gonna lay out one tarot card for each position as well. So hopefully that will be the best of both worlds. I do use both in my private readings. Those of you who have gotten private readings with me know that, you know, some things runes are better for, but tarot is good for, you know, certain other questions or issues. So I go back and forth between the two and use both. So, but let's see, Libra, what's going on for you in September? Several of these I really wanted to grab on. So, they got something they want to tell you, Libra. Several things, I do believe. Okay. I feel like this one goes down here. Okay. Let's lay out our tarot cards here. Okay. All right, Libra. Your challenge for the month of September. It seems to be losing hope on a relationship with a female. So for most of you, it doesn't have to be a female, but or feminine energy. You know, for some of you, this could be again a relationship with a family member. This is conflict within family caused by a female. Maybe your mother or an older sister or a female relative who is. It's almost like you're like, I've tried everything. I've tried everything to get along with this person. I've tried everything to, you know, compromise. You know, I have tried everything to make this situation better, but it's hopeless and I'm giving up. So, I mean, your challenge, for the month is, to let something go, I think, for now, anyway. You know, it doesn't mean it's the end forever, but, and your challenge could be just getting over being hurt by someone, you know? Again, it'll be different for all of you, but, you know, this challenge is to, because I'm not seeing that you can turn this around right now. So it's just, you know, acceptance that, you know, this didn't work out. This relationship isn't going to work out. For some of you, I mean, your challenge may be a woman interfering in your family, interfering in your relationship. This may be somebody who initially you thought was a friend or someone who initially seemed to have good intentions, that then turned out to be very negative. This could be an in-law, you know, but definitely getting a female vibe from this, a manipulative liar. I mean, these runes are the runes of the backstabbers. So some of you may be getting disappointing news about a health issue regarding a female, but it's almost like she's brought this on herself in some way. Not always. You know, it could just be that she didn't trust her intuition and get checked out soon enough in some cases. But yeah, in some cases you may be getting disappointing news about a family member who, you know, just didn't take care of herself, or she, you know, brought it on herself in some way. or just didn't catch it early enough, didn't listen to her body, wasn't in touch with herself enough to know that I need to go get this checked out. For those of you who've been trying to get pregnant, I mean, this can be just, you know, kind of dealing with the disappointing news. Maybe you thought you were pregnant and then it turns out you're not, you know, or you take the test and it says no and you're disappointed about that. But yeah, disappointment surrounding all that is female, a female or female body, female issues. You know, and if you're a guy, this is, you know, this could be a female in your family, a sister, again, your mom, or, I mean, it could be somebody that you were in a relationship with who just turned out to be bad news. Somebody that there's friction and it's always arguments, and I mean, she's just a difficult person to deal with. And, you know, you're sad that it's not going to work out, but at the same time, you can't subject yourself to this behavior anymore because you feel like, you know, maybe this person did cheat on you, lie to you, stab you in the back in some way, and you can't get past this, nor should you. Libra, life is too short to keep people like these around. For some of you, if someone feels that you have done this, that you've been the one who has, you know, disappointed them, or that you've lied to them, you may have difficulty turning this around. Now, for some of you, it may be because you really did what they're accusing you of, and for others, it may be just because you have no proof that you didn't do it. So, with that, I mean, you may try to prove something in September, but it looks like maybe you don't have all the facts, or you don't have the proof in September. Help that's going to be available to you in September, Libra, is actually going to be that you know, you're going to have to face something. You're going to have to face something that you were trying to hide or walk away from or ignore. And but once you do, there's just this, number one, relief, but then you're able to see past that. Because right now, whatever this issue is, whatever this problem is, it's blocking your view of your path. So you can't even see, you know, where you're going. You can't even see what's next on the road. I mean, this is just, you know, and a lot of it's in the mind. A lot of it's in your head, you know, going over and over this scenario in different ways that it could play out. And, you know, and the thing is that if you are on the wrong path altogether, Libra, facing whatever this is can get you back on the right path. You know, if you face it now, deal with it now, you can move forward. But like I said, that it can be a challenge to deal with it because, number one, it may have to do with another person, and we can't control other people. You know, it may have to do with something you don't have proof to someone that you didn't do whatever they're accusing you of. If you did do it, the best advice is to admit it. I made a mistake. You know, I hope it doesn't, you know, if you need time, that's fine, you know, but I hope that if it's a relationship you want to save, then, you know, honesty is always the best policy. Come clean. But yeah, some of you, I just see that there aren't a lot of options for you to turn around a situation. Now, for some of you, this may be conflict in the family dealing with an inheritance. Maybe there's a female in your family who is not being honest about inheritance stuff, trying to take over, trying to take things that don't belong to her, trying to take over something she has no business taking over. Maybe it's an in-law and you're not even really part of the family. You have no right, you know, but she may be trying to get stuff for her and hers, her kids or her husband or her, you know, whatever. Some of you may be looking at properties in September. So, I mean, this can have to do with actual physical property. You looking to move, looking to buy property. And there just may not be, you just may not see anything that you like in September. I mean, and there may not be a lot of options in the area that you want to live or the area where you have to move to. Maybe you're moving for a job and you have to find a place to live in a certain area and there's just not a lot of options. So, I mean, it may be frustrating in September if you're looking to buy property, but some of you, if you're looking to buy property, may be inspired by the past. So you may be looking for something like a home you lived in as a child, or as a home you had before. Some of you may be idealizing something from the past. You know, you may be idealizing a family relationship. You may be idealizing a relationship or a situation from the past that maybe wasn't, maybe you're only remembering the good. You're only seeing the good. Yeah, some connection to the past, but you're not remembering the bad for some reason. You know, it's fine to reminisce, of course, and you know, and being inspired by the past is certainly, you know, it can be awesome. But yeah, I mean, when we only remember the good, I mean, we can maybe go back to things that were not the best for us in the first place, or it can lead us down a road that's not really the one we should be on. So just keep that in mind in September, Libra. What can't be changed is that a victory for you or someone else is going to disappoint others. So again, going back to this example I was using about the inheritance, say that this manipulative woman, who's also tied into this, maybe, not always, they don't have to be connected. Kind of feel like for a lot of you they are, though. And this woman who's thinking only of herself and her family gets a victory, but then, I mean, everyone else is like disappointed. Or, you know, maybe it's you, Libra. Maybe you're the one that gets the victory, but maybe some people were on her side. Maybe other members of your family were on her side for some reason, and they're disappointed. So what I'm getting from this is that you can't please all the people all the time, Libra. And if you can remember that in September and not even bother, you're probably going to be better off. You should not give up a dream, give up a goal, stop pursuing something just because it's going to disappoint other people. There seems to be a lot of competition for something maybe in September. So some of you may be going for a new job. You may be going for a promotion. You know, maybe you are competing in a sports event. You know, maybe you are competing for a scholarship. You know, maybe someone else you know and are close to is competing for the same thing or taking part in the same thing. But for most of you Libras, I mean, you know, it looks like you're going to be victorious if you put the effort in, you know, the time, the effort, the training, and go after it with a tenacity. You know, you can get something that you want quite badly in September, you know, but there's some disappointment or loss that comes along with it. So, I mean, and there could be something you have to give up, a sacrifice. You know, again, if you're on this, if you do feel you're on the wrong path and but you face this issue, there's a sacrifice that comes along with it. Maybe you have to admit that you made a mistake. Maybe you have to admit that you did something that really is going to hurt someone. But I mean, that's the only way to turn this around, really, or to start turning it around. I think September may be the start of turning it around. So definitely, yes, there's going to be disappointment with it, but the end is going to be, you know, a win for you, Libra. So just keep that in mind in September. People are not going to be very cooperative with you in September. You know, sometimes people cooperate, sometimes they don't. And for a lot of you, I feel like this may be on the job or have to do with financial things. You know, can be going back to this family issue, feeling a strong kind of inheritance or you know, lawsuit kind of feel to this, even though I don't have any legal runes or cards here. For some of you, this may be the way this is. Somebody trying to get money that you feel is yours and vice versa. They think it's theirs. So, and you just may find that people are not cooperating. Maybe lawyers aren't returning calls. Maybe people you need to get information from, you just can't, you just feel kind of cut off or alone. Maybe you feel like you were the last to know about something and you don't appreciate it. You know, maybe the rest of the family knows what's going on and it was hidden from you for some reason, or maybe it involves you, you know, and you don't appreciate that. And some of you, this may be a work project or you know, and you feel like, you know, you're doing all the work, nobody's helping you out. And, you know, you're having to put in extra time. You're working weekends and late into the evening and, you know, nobody else seems to care. So, I mean, it's one of those things that as long as you do that, Libra, they'll let you. So, Yeah, and maybe somebody else is going to try to take the credit for one of your ideas or credit for your work, Libra. So yeah, I don't know, maybe record, have proof, videotape yourself and how late it is, and do like a video diary. Here I am, it's 9 p.m. on a Thursday. I'm still here. Everyone else that was supposed to be staying and working with me on this is gone. Just wanted you to know that. You know, so yeah, there's something that, you know, and you're just like, hey, why do I have to do all the work? Why there are 4 or 5 other people on this project, or, you know, other people that are supposed to be working with me on this, and they're slacking off. So that's what I see going on in September, Libra. I mean, this work situation, it does seem that, you know, if you do all the work, make sure you have proof. Again, I keep getting proof, evidence. You know, make sure that you figure out a way to document what you're doing if you have any kind of suspicion that maybe somebody's going to try to take credit for your idea, credit for your work. You know, if somebody's going to try to take a promotion away from you. I mean, for most of you, I don't think they're going to succeed, but definitely make sure you have documented proof of all the work you've done on things, or maybe just go chit chat with the boss. You know, work it into casual conversation. Well, you know, I was here till 9 o'clock last night by myself, and it's kind of, you don't have to be doing it to say, oh, and Bob and Jill left. Bob and Jill left at 5, and I was here till 9 working on this. You don't have to say that, but you can just say, yeah, I was here till 9, but man, the building's creepy that late, or something. Just as long, you know, as you get your point across. I was here till 9 by myself. Those other losers took off. But that is what I see for September, Libra. I do hope that was helpful. There's a victory coming, but it looks hard won to me. Really, it really does. But I mean, you know, you're certainly not one to be intimidated by hard work. So, yeah, do what you have to do in September if it comes to admitting mistakes, if it's gonna, you know, rectify things, if it's gonna get you on a better path or maybe a lighter path, because there's a heaviness around here, Libra. And anything you can do to alleviate that and remove any blockages from your path, it's gonna serve you very well in September. So hope that was helpful, Libra, and I'll be back here in October. See you then.